All right, we're here right now. Lots of fun. This show, I'm so excited to talk about this show. We got a chance to kind of check out a little bit. I believe this was at where was this? This was at Comic Con last year. You got a chance to talk a little bit about this then too, I believe, right?
Yeah,
I'm talking with Sean right now. Sean, who plays Yumulak, which I love, great character. Welcome to the show.
thank you so much. It's cool to be, and I love the details you got going on here. Very cool. I'm excited to talk about this.
Yeah, and and that's one of those things too, where you started work on this earlier before we went into this whole quarantined world. So you never thought you'd be talking about this show now, but having to talk about it from your own backyard, right?
Right. Yeah, we were hoping to go to that South by Southwest and get a chance to show some more stuff, and but yeah, it fell through. And
Yeah.
but today we got to do some cool thing on Twitter where where Kevin Smith was interviewing the characters, um, and then the characters responded live. It was cool.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know how.
rad.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think you should check it out. It was interesting.
I definitely
I
will
don't know
check
who
that
thought of
out.
that, but
No, no, no.
yeah,
I think whoever did is a genius. Well, that's the thing right now. Technology. We figured a way to make the technology essentially work for us, right? We needed to work for us, whether it's streaming, whether it's talking to each other. This is our best way to reach out now because we can no longer reach out in person anymore. So
right.
but let's talk about this awesome show, Solar Opposites. I'm very excited to talk about this. Of course, everyone automatically makes the connection of Rick and Morty. And I'll be honest with you, when I first started it, it takes a little bit of time for you to get away from Rick and Morty because it is Justin's voice. You know, he is in there as well, so it takes a little bit of time. But you do get a chance to separate the worlds, and I think really where that happens is with Yumulak and Jesse. I think they're the ones who help separate the worlds more than anything else. I mean, them going to school, them being like kind of opposites and friends at the same time. I mean, what was your experience playing your character?
Well, really quick. So have you seen episodes already?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've seen them
Man,
all, and trust me, we're both have this. We both have this thing now where we can't say anything, so we both have to make sure no spoilers enter our worlds right now.
I honestly, you've seen more than I have.
Oh
I'm still
no!
with the general uh, population group.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you a secret. They're like, oh, you can watch really quick. I watched the whole season already. I already watched the
That
whole
is
season.
unreal.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Well, to get back to your question, no, I love playing the character because it's a departure from anything I've played before. Um, and the writing is it has the same vein as Rick and Morty does.
Right.
So, but but yeah, it's fun. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought
No,
because
no.
I'm still thinking that's cool. That's cool. You've seen it
Yeah, well,
already.
no, definitely. I mean, and this is, I mean, he's a fun guy too. I mean, the best things about him are, of course, the fact that he wants to be cool. He like they both come in from an alien world. They have all this technology, but essentially they want to be cool, and so they're trying to get into the cool cliques and all these things. But the cool thing about Yumulak is he also has this, I guess let's call it a hobby, right? Where he kind of shrinks people down. He has his own little worlds too.
Yeah, because I think on the homeworld he was kind of like a bounty hunter in training kind of guy, and then and he uh and he was kind of like the cool guy. And now he comes to Earth and he's kind of on the outskirts, and he still's got his collection of people. Which yeah, this image is great. Um,
Yeah, no, and that's
yeah,
that's that's one of the things that I like about him too, because he's so essentially he's just humans are pets. And it's funny too, because one time he wants to be cool kid, he wants to hang with all of them, but then at the same time he just like takes them as he wants, if someone's rude to him, he shrinks them, he takes them away. So I was so excited, and that's what I'm saying, like Jesse and Yumulak. Is it Yumulak or Yumulak? I forget now.
Yumulak.
Yumulak are so fun. Like that's what I really like about both of them. When you look at the family too, the family is really interesting as well. Because you have Corvo, who Justin does the voice of Corvo, as well as Terry as well, right? So he does
Yeah,
both
Corvo
voices.
and Terry, and then yeah,
Yeah. So it's kind of
and
interesting how this whole it's like a family vibe, but it's also a work relationship. It's almost like I want to say it's almost like a foul mouth Third Rock from the Sun, maybe a little bit.
I've been people have been saying that on. I've been hearing that and like, yeah. There is kind of like that flavor to it too, which is kind of cool. I
Yeah,
think when they were when they cast me, they kind of liked the idea of having like a voice from a sitcom show be like one of the kids because
right,
then it's like it kind of ties into their
right.
um but also that Mary Mack who plays Jessie really quick. I I love her. I love her voice, and I like she's really funny, and like what she does with that character Jessie is just so great. I'm very excited to see what she's done
Oh
because
yeah, no,
we
yeah.
recorded a couple episodes together, but then after like the first three or something, we were separate, so I didn't get a chance to see anymore. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, she's awesome.
No, and I think so too. I think she's a lot of fun. Like I said, you both work together really well. So I don't know,
Thank you.
I couldn't even tell if you guys were in the same room or not. So I mean, that's how good it is. It's because you get a chance to kind of you both kind of jump off each other really quickly, and it's kind of fun that that you are your own pod. It's like an age group thing almost, where it's like, all right, you go to school, you go do this, and then you have your own specific problems, while the adults or Corvo and Terry have their own problems separately, which is kind of fun. And of course, you guys do come together to kind of work as a as a fighting family, I guess, right? This is where the Rick and Mortiness kind of comes in because they kind of go
Right.
aggro as a family. Like it's almost like anger, angst, and action all comes together, and that's when the family dynamic kind of works.
Yeah,
So
and I thought it was kind of clever how they like how Yumulak and Corvo are kind of similar personalities, and then Jesse and Terry are kind of like the happy ones, while like just looks wise and personalities. I love that whole aspect too.
yeah,
Um,
it's like a whole kind of clone thing, and it's funny because we get some flashbacks as well. They have to leave their planet, of course, because it explodes, kind of like Krypton, Superman. So I was really excited to kind of see all that too. So
alien technology, like
yeah,
that, all that stuff that comes into play.
yeah, no, and not only that, but also their like just being different aliens, their genetics, whether it's some kind of weird thing growing on their head, or the way they deal with people, or the fact that they don't understand stuff either. So I was actually going to ask you, what was it like to? Is it too loud? I can hear the thing
Yeah, I'm
going.
sorry. I'm gonna move.
No, it's okay. He'll probably be done soon, right? You think?
I don't know. I'm gonna move.
Hey, but at least someone's still working, and they're still doing work, right? So that's good.
Oh yeah. I just realized I'm walking towards him.
Well, you got to make sure you don't walk away from your internet too, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. It's like Indiana Jones. Oh,
Right?
wait, I'm gonna. No,
There you
it's
go.
still out. I'm going inside.
Are you comfortable? I don't want you to be uncomfortable. Did he stop? Did he go away? Oh, wow. This is
Hey,
well, thank you for the tour. This is great. Your
yeah,
backyard
excuse me
backyard
for
looks great. Everything's good.
thank you. Oh,
Oh.
my grandma's around here somewhere too. I don't know where she. There we go. Oh, there she is.
All right, that's awesome. Well, you know what? One of the things that I did want to talk to you about was, you know, uh, giving your voice to a show like this, which doesn't hold back, because there's some dark, creepy, messed up, like stuff you have to say too. Like, there's a bunch of stuff here, which I'm sure you're already kind of, you recently did Harley Quinn, right? Which was very dark and creepy too, and like
Right.
foul mouth too, right? Did you enjoy being it was the Penguin son, right?
Yeah. Oh, I was his nephew.
His
Yeah.
nephew,
And
that's
I
right.
was getting my bar mitzvah going on that, and then Harley crashes the party because she thinks it's gonna be there's like an actual bank heist going on or something, but just
Yeah.
like a fake. But yeah, no, I love that. I love
Have you had a chance to watch Harley Quinn yet?
I've seen episodes, but not the whole thing. Have you seen the whole thing?
I've seen the whole thing. You gotta take that chance to catch up, especially with some of the stuff you do. Or do you not like to watch any of the stuff you do afterwards? Really, how do you feel about
Well,
that?
no, well, honestly, I think the thing that I like about working on these shows that are kind of like, but well, it doesn't matter about like them being foul mouthed or whatever. The ones making these shows are just so clever, and I
Right.
love like they're really funny people, and so I end up really loving the shows. But sometimes my voice just kind of takes me out of it because just kind of like, oh, you phoned that line in or something like that. And so,
Right.
um,
But you know what
but
though?
no,
I
they're
I
good
well
shows.
I gotta say like both shows are fun. And you have a great cast on here too. I'm so happy. You know, Justin, of course, Mary Mack is great. You and actually you uh
Thomas Middleditch too.
Thomas Middleditch. Well, I was gonna say too, and you actually get a chance to reconnect with Wendy McClendon Covey too, right? So
Yeah,
who
yeah.
thought it would have been in an animated form actually, but now you got to kind of connect back to that. Did you guys talk about that? The fact when you guys both got put onto the same show?
Well, yeah. The next time, well, when I was in recording, they told me that she was gonna like she was on it, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh yeah, you know who's just in? Wendy. Wendy was just in, and yeah, I like I said, still haven't seen it, but I heard she plays kind of like a I think she's a robot character, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
her name is Cindine.
Cindy.
Cindine.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, no,
She's
it's a very fun episode. Like I said, I'm under the promise too. I don't want to give anything away, but
right.
it's definitely one of those episodes where it's all attitude and it's a lot of fun. So I definitely did enjoy that for sure.
How
And
was the forest one?
uh,
That not to say anything, but just curious how that one. Where
well, there's that one is cool. Which one do I like? The Man Cave is a fun one as well. That one
oh
I
yeah,
really did enjoy
yeah,
that one. And actually that's the Cindine one too. That's the Cindine one. So that's where Wendy comes in. She comes in on that episode. And then besides that though, like I said, it's about like them separating each other, and then like there's time travel. And then, like I said, separating from Rick and Morty was the big thing. I think as you guys kind of as we watch the show, it's always like the first episode or so, like they're trying to separate and give you different, so you know that this isn't the same thing. Yes, there's people from space. Yes, they're animated in the same style, but it's different people. It's a different world. Like, but at the same time, it almost could be like the same universe. Like we could come to like
right.
season 2 and Rick and Morty and Solar come together and you'd be like, yeah, I buy that. Like I could see that. Which maybe they're holding it from you. Maybe that's gonna be something they'll tell you later on,
Oh,
where they're
that
gonna be
would be
like,
so
hey,
awesome
we're
if
all in
that
the same
happened.
universe together now, and it's all gonna work to So I don't know. Yeah, they might trick the actors and let you guys know later, but I feel like this world like, it totally could happen. Well, and then I mean Rick Sanchez can show up anywhere anyways. So I mean there's no
It's true.
rules. There's no rules there anyways too. Did you get a chance to record any with Justin in the room with him by chance? No.
No, he directed some episodes, but no, we did some kind of promotion thing where we were all in the room at one time, just reading through the script. Oh,
Right.
it wasn't a table read. We did a table read, but there's also like some, and uh, and that's just unreal because I've been hearing his voice for years now, and just like being in the room when he's doing it, it just kind of like it's different character, and but there's like it's still like you can recognize it's
Yeah.
him, and I love that.
Well, and it's
And
weird too, the fact that he went from Rick and Morty, where he plays Rick and Morty, to come to another show where he plays Corvo and Terry. Like I would have thought he would have got
oh,
tired
he
of.
doesn't. He doesn't.
I thought he
He,
does Terry too. Does it? Isn't Corvo and Terry? Doesn't he do both voices?
no, he plays Corvo. Terry is Thomas Middleditch.
Oh, is that who it is? Oh, you know what? What I don't know why, but IMDb said it wasn't him. It said it was Justin. Maybe that needs to be updated probably then.
Yeah, might need to be updated because I maybe at one time, but no, yeah, Thomas Middleditch. I think
That's fine too. I'm okay with that 100%.
yeah, he's so funny, and they
no,
banter. Their back and forth is awesome.
well, I just saw he just has he just had a special on Netflix. Thomas did, where he was doing a bunch of improv stuff with Ben Schwartz. So that was a lot of fun too. So that's my job. I gotta watch stuff. I'm watching stuff. I'm catching up whenever I can. So
You're up to date. Yeah.
I try to. Well, I want to be a part of this world, and also a lot of these things are fun. Like I want to watch Solar Opposites. I want to watch Harley Quinn. You know, I want to watch the Goldbergs. I want to watch all these things. So at the end of the day, you know, if I'm going to talk about something, I want to be a fan too. Like that's the goal, right? So you know,
Absolutely.
what have you you know, if I can ask, what have you been doing with your time off? Like some people are like, I'm doing hobbies. Some people are like, I'm watching TV shows. Like, what is your thing that you're kind of aiming for with this free time right now?
Well, pretty much the same, like pretty much the same as
Just work.
what those guys are doing. I've been like, I picked up basketball. I'm a short, like I'm on the shorter side, but I play a lot of basketball. Um, and it's going okay. And I like I've been drawing,
Oh yeah.
whole family does painting. But yeah, really I'm counting down for Solar Opposites Day.
Well, May 8th, we're so close, you know. So that's one of those things that luckily it was already done, it was ready to go, and so now people can enjoy it in their homes when they can't get out. So it's kind of a fun reprieve from all the people who were kind of jailed because of this quarantine. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna go really well. So I'm very excited for you. I'm very excited for the show
Thank
too. So
thank you. Yeah, I feel like the art style and everything, like it's they're really kicking butt in the office there, and we got lucky to get it all done um before all this started. So
yeah.
yeah, here we
No,
go. It's gonna be cool.
it's gonna be cool. Well, I want to thank you for joining me. I had a lot of fun talking to you. You have a great backyard, and apparently
Thank you. Thank you.
it's being well taken care of. So that's always positive as well too. And then we'll hopefully talk to you soon about your other projects as you move forward too. Whether you decide to get into the drawing side of things, or maybe some more promotion of Solar Opposites season 2, whatever comes about. Last thing I want to ask is, after getting after the Goldbergs, what was your main thought when you go back? Was there a specific moment where you kind of just smile and say that was the day where I kind of just fell in love with my cast or my show, or was that the first day? I mean, when did you know?
Um, like when I fell in love with the cast of the Goldbergs.
Yeah, well, the Goldbergs, or the show itself. When did you fall? Did you remember that moment, or was there something that just made you say this is amazing?
Well, when I fell in love with the show, it was during the audition because it was one that I had read before or something, and then like I read scripts. I wasn't getting scripts sent directly to me or anything like that or anything. But when that script came up, I loved I got the humor pretty fast. I was like, oh, this is like all I did was watch family sitcoms,
Right.
and then this one had some more. It had some grit to it, but then serious love by the third act. So I fell in love with the show then. But then, yeah, pilot episode, I was already in love with the cast. Like George Siegel plays the grandfather, and um, we had a lot of scenes in that first episode. And one of the last days, or second to last days, or something, we went to Hooters together, like our characters did. And we were just sitting next to each other, and he just like started breaking down and said, let's talk about everything. He just got my whole life story, and then he would answer any question I'd ask, and he was giving me tips. So it just was a very warm experience since the beginning. So I love it.
That's
I
awesome. Well, and that's the thing too. Like, everyone who watches these shows, whatever shows, they want to feel like the family is a family off screen as well. And that's always the best part too, because we want the 10-year anniversary, the 5-year anniversaries, the Paley Centers. We want those things so we can have that thing and kind of revive it. Whether it's The Office or Cheers, Goldbergs, Parks and Recreation. We want that love to kind of move forward. So do you guys have like a WhatsApp connection together still, or do you guys email or chat at all by chance still?
well, we're like well when it airs, we all go on Twitter, like because it shut down. We shut down for the season early because
Right,
of this.
right,
So we usually end with like a tearful goodbye. Like we're all just like
right,
pretty like usually there's closure. So this was kind of sad, but
right,
now on Twitter and all that, like everyone else has been using for
right,
we kind of get in contact or something like that.
right.
So tonight, I guess tonight we're gonna be doing
Yeah, for
something.
sure. Well, and that's the thing too. Like, this is kind of interrupted everyone's world, because I'm sure you were already kind of prepared to be like, okay, well, this is how we're gonna end the season, and that's gonna be fantastic. And but now everyone's on hold. And you're like, okay, now I guess this is not my life's gonna be part here. You're kind of just moving everything around on shelves. So, but I just want to say this is awesome. I love Solar Opposites. I think you should watch it. You should watch your show. It's a lot of fun.
I'm going to for
Contact,
sure.
I'm sure you know someone at Hulu or one of the production companies, and tell them I want to see it. They'll give you a link, and you have to check it out because it is a lot of fun. I like I
Hey,
said,
I'll
there's some episodes like it took me a little bit like after I got that disconnect from Rick and Morty world, and I found like I said, when I found Yumulak and Jesse, those were the ones. And then the side little human stories, like it's all so fun. So yeah.
So how many episodes did it take you for that separation? What
I
was?
it was probably about towards the end of the second episode. The first one was just kind of setting everything up, and it takes me a little time to kind of okay, where they came from space, and they're telling me the stories and trying to get everyone's idea and stuff. But not like I said, not until it started to be about Yumulak and Jesse, and then shrinking people and all these different little side quests, where it started to become different because that's where it was different than Corvo just using his science and technology to do Rick Sanchez type stuff, you know? And so because of that separation, it started to go. But I really started to enjoy it around then. But by episode 4, I was just sold. Like it was awesome. I was
That's
so
great.
happy about it. So and that's the thing too. Luckily, all these episodes are coming out at the same time, right?
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Yeah, so all the same time, so you can just bite these all up and just kind of get through it, and by the end, you'll be a huge fan. So yeah, definitely check it out. You should see the show for sure. I think so.
Well, yeah, and I'm gonna see like instead of hitting up Hulu, I'm gonna hit you up for like a smuggled copy of your copy of it. I need
I
some.
don't know if I can trust you though. I don't know if I can pass that link on. What if it gets out there?
No, you're right. Don't trust me. It's true, but man, I'm jealous. I gotta say.
Yeah, well, like I said, go and watch it. You'll be pleasantly surprised by how fun it is. And like I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts on when you fell in love with it too. Again, I mean, of course, the characters and everything's great, but somewhere on the way, like there's going to be that little separation. I think that's going to be the main thing with people who are watching this, especially with Justin being the voice, and the whole the art style is, where do we find that separation? And like I said, at the end of episode 2 is where we start to do that, and then it becomes a whole new animal, and that's when I love it for something different than what I originally thought it was. And so that's my goal right now to talk about this, is to say, you know
Yeah,
what,
that's great. I love that
it's
you're putting that
yeah,
message out.
it's not the same show. It comes from the same kind of feeling in the world, but you have to think of it in the same sense as like, it's the Family Guy and American Dad. They have the kind of same look to them, but they are different stories. And once you get those two separations, you'll feel that way. I'm sure people felt the same way when Seth MacFarlane did the voice of course, Peter Griffin, but also did Brian the dog, and then a bunch
Right.
of other stuff too. But of course, Seth MacFarlane could do 80 different voices, so it's
Yeah,
easier
that
for.
dude's he's got like vocal cords of gold. That guy.
I'd be
I don't
surprised if he didn't have it insured. Like Jennifer Lopez insured her behind. I'm sure he's insured his.
know.
I'm sure he has. I'm sure it's $1 million insurance on his voice or something right now too. So
I feel like you have to.
yeah,
But 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 yeah, because when we were making it, I I never for some reason my head didn't jump to it being a close to Rick and Morty.
yeah.
Like I thought like of course there's like some similarities, but
Yeah.
then once stuff had been released, I started seeing some feedback on some of the social media saying like, oh, it's kind of worrisome. This seems pretty close.
Yeah,
Um
and then there's, I mean, there's a little bit of truth to that because of Justin's voice and the way he talks, and Corvo has kind of the same speed and anger sometimes. But like I said, once you start to separate those two, and it does happen with Yumulak and Jesse, that's the one that separates them. And once you get away from that, you can come back to the fun that is Corvo and Terry, and they start to have their own weird little adventures too, and you can see that it's different than Rick and Morty there too. So it does work, and it takes a little time. It also feels like the writers really got into the world more as you move along too. Like they start to really just jump out there and have fun with it too. And so, and like I said, there's that, of course, the whole family plus the pupa as well, the little guy running around.
yeah, I love
He,
the pupil.
no, he's fun too, and he's got his own little adventures. Like he's like a dog that runs out and goes and does whatever he wants to do, and then comes back. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, but anyways, I just want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me today. I'm very excited to talk about this show. I hope you can see a bunch of positives. Like I said, once people start to get into the show and you start to see some of the feedback saying this is a different show, like that's going to be the goal. Is saying, you know what, this is a different show. This is a different way to go. And not only that, but being on Hulu allows you to be a lot dirtier and darker, which is
totally, yeah.
which is a
Hulu just
lot of fun
let him
actually.
do whatever. Like let us do whatever with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's a lot of fun and there's a lot of like crazy different things that happen that you're like only on Hulu is this gonna happen. So yeah, it's not gonna go anywhere
We
else.
did go through a bunch during the episodes. I know. Well, I know we recorded a bunch. Like we were always like,
Oh
this is
yeah,
Hulu or something like that.
yeah. No, it's like, hey, we gotta go fix this, and the guy's like, but I have to watch a Hulu show tonight on this, and then yeah, I caught those. It was very very subtle. Making sure mommy and daddy were happy for sure. So
Yeah.
I saw that for sure. So, all right. Well, I want to let you go. Get back to your world. Get back to everything you are doing. But I hope, like I said, I hope you get a chance to watch the show, and I hope you get a chance to enjoy on Twitter with the fans as this show rolls out too. And like I said, I feel like a lot of people are gonna just eat this up as one big whole and just watch episode to episode to episode to episode. So sooner than later, we'll have season 2. I'm sure of it.
Well, I'm very excited. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Thank you for talking to me about this. It was fun, and I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, I want to thank you again, and we'll catch up again soon. And besides that, stay safe, stay healthy, and I guess keep yourself entertained. Make sure make sure your spirits are lifted for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, you too.